Hi guys, what I want to show you today is we're going to set you up on two systems. One's called Xero and the other's called Loom. As you know, HMRC now requires you to keep digital records, and we've got to submit a quarterly digital footprint to HMRC every quarter. So to do this, we set you up on two things. One's called Xero and one's called Hubdoc. Now, the first thing I want to go through is Xero. You have to do two things in Xero. Basically, you've got to connect your bank, okay, and then you've got to reconcile the bank. Now, I'll show you how to do those two things. The first thing is set up a connection with your bank account. Now, it's easier if you've got a dedicated bank account for your rental properties, but if you haven't, it doesn't matter. You can connect to the bank account where your rental income and your expenses come out of. That might be your personal account. Now, the way you do it, this is Xero. We're in Xero at the moment. As I say, we'll set you up with an account on Xero. Now, what you have to do is you go to accounting, bank accounts. As I say, this is a test account. I just want to show you the process. Look, I've set up a test account, but the way you do it is here on the right hand side, it says add a bank account. So you just add a bank account and it will come up with a list of all the banks. If the bank isn't there on that page, then, just type it in. It will have you'll be able to connect to all the bank accounts, really. I won't bother connecting because you have to go through the authorization process. And also, once you connect, make sure you only connect from a certain date. So from the 6th of April, 2026, and not earlier, because you don't want to bring in last year's rental income. This is only for this year, the tax year 26-27. So connect the bank account. That's the first thing. Now you'll see that I've actually set up a dummy bank account. Okay, so when you've connected your bank account, you'll see that this is my test account. When you let me do that again so that you can see what I'm doing. It should appear here on the left hand side, that bank account with all the imported transactions. As I say, this is a test, so I just put a load of dummy data in to show you what to do. Now you'll see there's spent and received on the left hand side. The left hand side is your bank statement, is what Xero's pulled in from the bank. That's on the left hand side. The right hand side is how you're going to put it into Xero. Now let me just at the moment look at what happens to receipts, which will be your rental income. All you have to do is create a transaction. I've only put in 2 rental receipts in here. Okay, you'll see receipt, spent and received. These are your bank statements, spent and received. So on the 1st of February, we received 2,500 in rental income. And on the 1st of March, again, 2,500 in rental income. So what you want to do is you want to create a transaction. Who's it from? I mean, it could be from the tenant, so we'll say Mr. A. And what account? I don't think there's a rent. You've got rental income there. Put it all to rental income, 201. There's no VAT. So just like that, and then press OK. Same with this one. that it's already populated this. There is an element of AI in here, so it will look at the previous and also remember what you did. Maybe if this is Mr. A, it's rental income, it's already populated. Just say OK. So that's the first thing you want to do. You want to put in all your receipts, all your rental income. First thing, add your bank account. Second thing is you'll see it here on the left, and then create a transaction that puts it into rental income. Now, the second thing we have to deal with is expenses, and we deal with this slightly different. We've got a system called Hubdoc, okay, which basically lets you add purchase invoices or receipts, and they go directly into Xero. So I've got the account for this test company open, and how you get receipts into Hubdoc. So, you might receive receipts various ways. You might receive them via email on a soft copy. You might just have a receipt like this one here's a receipt that I got from a stationer's, okay? Or you might have them on your computer. You can upload them or put them into Hubdoc three ways. You have a special email address. So if you've got it, I've sent, and I'll show you this. You have a special email address. Here's the email address for this one, for this account, but you'll have a separate one. If I copy that, and I sent an invoice to myself, actually, just to show you how it works. Look, there's an invoice there. You just forward it on to that special email address. I've just copied it. Send. It should appear. It's starting to appear in Hubdoc. Oh no, not that one. That was let's delete that. It should appear in Hubdoc. Maybe not yet, but it will. So look, if there's one processing, not at the moment. Let's have a look. It's not coming in yet. Let's send it again. The organisation is copy. Clipboard. Let's just check that. Usually it comes in instantaneously, but for some reason, it didn't send. It couldn't send this. Let's try again. Send. There's a problem sending the message. I've sent it again. Okay, that was sent now. It's coming in there. There you go. Came into Hubdoc pretty quickly. Let's put that on the side. So basically, all your purchase invoices or receipts, as I say, there are three ways you can get them into Hubdoc. One is directly via email, special email address. The second is you can take a picture of it. So I've got a receipt here that's a stationery receipt, and there's an app on your phone. Let me just find it on my phone. I've got so many apps here. Hubdoc app. There's a Hubdoc app on my phone. There's the Hubdoc app. You probably can't see that, but you download it from the App Store or Google Play. Now I've got this receipt. All I've got to do is in in this app, take a picture of it. Take a picture of that receipt. And then it asks me, do I want to upload it? So I just upload it. Look, it's appeared there already. There you go. Now what we want to do is we want to get these purchase invoices into Xero. So here's that one. So we've got to tell Xero what they are. So look at this one. What is it? It's an invoice. Invoice. Who's the supplier? It's a new supplier. It's called Number Store. You can create it, or it might actually be one. No, there wouldn't be one in Xero because you're starting it. The date, well, it's got the date there, so I'm not sure why it didn't put the date in. It usually reads all that information, so you don't actually have to fill it out. Total amount, I'm not sure why it didn't fill out the total amount, but 15.43. It usually fills this information out automatically. And then it asks you, you have to tell it where to put it in Xero. So publish as, for this one, it's an invoice. Publish as a purchase. And the status will be awaiting payment. The contact will be Number Store. Once you've got a few of these, and the account code, this is for telephone and internet. Now, as your rental properties, there won't be any VAT, so you put the gross amount of the invoice in there, the full amount, and then you publish it. I don't know why I didn't go in there. Oh, you've got to create that. Creating. Number Store. Don't know what happened there. Should be able to publish it now. Yeah. Okay, that's gone to Xero. The next one is this one. Hopefully it will read. Yeah, look, it's automatically read that. I don't know why it didn't read the other one with the Number Store. It should read them automatically. It should read the amounts, the supplier, and put that in automatically. Once you've configured once, it should come up automatically with what to do. So, I mean, it's not configured in Xero yet, this one, but once you put that in once, it should remember it for the next time. This is still a purchase, but it's spend money. It doesn't actually matter, but account code is printing and stationery. Again, there's no VAT. There is VAT on that, but because you're not VAT registered, you put the gross amount in and then you publish it. I don't know why that's not on there. Just Coombe Stationers. It should just come up. I don't know why. Stationers. Did we add it as a contact? That might be the reason. Supplier. Coombe Stationers, yeah, new supplier. Purchase, account code. Yeah, you don't need the customer. We'll leave it as a purchase, actually, and say awaiting payment. That's the easiest. Don't put it as a receipt. Put it as awaiting payment. You shouldn't need to contact. The contact should already be in there. Oh, why didn't it add it? I'm confused now. I think you might have to put that in there. New supplier, Coombe Stationers. And then you might have to actually add it. Create. Publish. Account code, sorry, printing. Printing and stationery. Draft. Awaiting payment. You should be able to put it in as a spent money. Because it is spent money, you already spent it. Just have a look. Publish, yes. Should have gone. That should have gone. Destination, published, yeah. So it's better to get a receipt for all your payments, but I know that's not always possible. So I'll show you how in Xero. If you haven't got a receipt, then how you can put it into Xero. But so for receipts, so I'm going to refresh this page now. And you will see that we put in Coombe Stationers into Hubdoc, and we published it into Xero, and it appears now in this bank reconciliation. If you remember, I'll go home. Bank account. There's your bank account. We'll reconcile 6 items. And that Coombe Stationers invoice is in there, and we've made the payment. Can you see there? And it's matched it against the receipt that you've just posted or put into Xero, and it's actually in Xero. So if I look at it here, you've got a copy of the receipt actually in Xero, rather than having to keep it in a file or a shoebox somewhere. So it is much better. This, you've got a detail of all the transactions, and so all you do is press OK. And then we had another one, the number store. Do you remember that one? This one here that we put into Xero. Oh, sorry, let me close that. Again, that's matched it against the receipt that you've just put in to Xero. It's okay. Now then, there may be things you spend that, forget that one, that was entered earlier, so I just press OK for that one. There may be things you spend money on that you don't get receipts for, so you won't put them to Hubdoc. What you can do is just create that. You'll see that it matched it automatically. Yeah, just cancel that with the receipts that came in. But if you haven't got a match on anything, you create a transaction. Now, this is actually, there's a payment you made to EDF, which is obviously electricity. Xero's recognised that this is electricity. So all you have to do is press OK. Okay, if it's come up with something that's reasonable. It says who you're paying to, what's it for. It comes up with a list of expenses that it's for. Remember, these are spent and this is received. We're just doing the spent amounts. You just press OK. Now, I've put in a test that he could be a gardener. So you want to create Mr. Smith gardening. I wonder if we've got gardening. No, we haven't got gardening. I can set up gardening if that's one of the things you need. We'll call him a cleaner this time. No VAT. Cleaning. We don't have a receipt for Mr. Smith. If we had a receipt, we put it through Hubdoc and it will come up as a match. His Cox, we don't have a receipt. Again, we'll put in his Cox. And we know that's insurance. You just have to type and it will come up with what it thinks. If you don't know what it is, it'll come up with a long list of all your expense codes here. But we know this is insurance. And that's it. I suggest you do that on a monthly basis. Now, every quarter, we have to go through and look at. So we'll look at, I don't know, the last year, last quarter. Let's go last quarter. This is what we'll have to report to HMRC. Okay. Those we put in for you, the rental income, the cleaning. Do you remember we put that in? Insurance, light, heat and power, telephone and internet was that number store bill. The stationery invoice was actually from last year, so it won't be showing in this quarter because this is January to March 2026. If you ever want to look at what's in them, you just go into the transaction and you can find out what it is, EDF. So that's basically it. You've got to do two things. You've got to connect your bank, well, three things. Connect your bank, use Hubdoc for receipts, and reconcile the bank account once you've connected it. Okay, that's the basics. If you need help, obviously give us a call, but try looking at it yourself first, and replay this video over and over again. And there's a lot of help actually inside Xero as well. Thanks very much. This help section here, there's got a lot of useful articles. Thanks very much. Bye.